Hi, welcome to Pillow Talk number 2. So I had you guys send in a bunch of questions. This will be very exciting. I'm excited to look at them because they're so good. So we have some really heavy topics to go over. The first one, how to overcome adversity, online versus reality, and what it means to be famous. This is from Eve Louise Aim. I'm never happy with myself, and when I see celebrities or famous personalities, I tend to try to be like them because they seem happy. What do you think, and any advice for me on loving myself? 4 hearts. First off, I love you. Please don't compare yourself to celebrities. Oftentimes we look at celebrities and we see how they portray this perfect life. But you have to remember that this is the life that they want you to see. Very similar to our lives. I mean, when we have a public account, we always want to show the best version of ourselves, right? However, that's not all of you, just like how it's not all of me. Thank you, car horn. Yes, keep honking. Everyone hears you. At the end of the day, we're all human. I'm sure these celebrities, you may think that they're happy, but I'm sure they have moments where they feel vulnerable or they feel insecure. We all do. We have those moments too. Everyone's gonna have a different path when it comes to finding their own personal happiness. I can give you a bunch of different lists, but honestly, it really comes from inside. You know, when was the last time you went to the mirror, you looked at the mirror, you looked at yourself, and you asked yourself, am I happy? Don't be scared to ask yourself those deep questions. Am I in the right relationship? Is this where I want to be in life? Am I doing what I love? Do I feel loved? Am I loving myself? What I like to do is I like to maintain positive thoughts. So if you ever feel discouraged, think positive thoughts. I know it's easier said than done, but believe me, it really does make a difference. Okay, that was really cheesy, but you know what? Sometimes cheesiness is truth, right? For reals. Okay, from Alicia Mutalibova. Do you feel like life was so much easier before you were famous? You know, quite honestly, fame has never really been something that I was pursuing. Being recognized for a talent? Yes, absolutely. I'm a creator at heart. I'm an artist. I love creating things, and like any artist, we love having an audience that can appreciate our work. It's definitely a little different. I mean, I do get noticed, and it's easier for me to approach a business person, to start perhaps a meeting. Is life simpler? I don't know. I mean, I definitely have to be more careful with what I say. A long time ago when I was a teenager, I had a blog where I wrote a lot of dark poems. I was very emotional. I was definitely trying to figure myself out. I loved being able to express myself 100% because no one really knew who I was. However, the more popular I became, the more I realized I can't really say what I want to say because I have to be a little more politically correct because my influence is global, so I don't want to step on anyone's toes. And sometimes it's really hard because not everyone is going to agree with the same thing that you agree with. Everyone's going to bring in a different perspective, and that was something that I had to really accept and also understand that there's going to be someone else who believes in a different idea than you, and that's okay. And it was really hard at first when I started because if I made a video and I offended people, I felt like I didn't offend someone, but that other person got offended. So, you know, unintentionally, I harmed or I hurt that person. You definitely pay a price with fame because you have to give up a lot of your freedom to really speak how you really feel. A lot of these things I had to learn along the way. And of course, when you learn along the way, you stumble a lot because you're trying to learn it and you're trying to adapt as fast as you can. But for sure now, I feel much more confident in my place. I do miss moments where I can just go into a beauty store and not be recognized. You know, I just want to be a customer. But you know what? It's totally fine. I really don't mind it when you guys come up to me and you want to take a selfie or you're asking me for recommendations because I love sharing. I love sharing. I love making people happy. So more power to you guys. I love you. Underscore Meghana underscore. What are the things that irritate you about your fame? What would you like to say to people who think that fame has no downsides? Things that irritate me about fame is people who, you know, once you become famous or well-known, they hate on you for it. They hate on you. They say, oh, she's sold out, or he's sold out, or he or she forgot about the little people. Seriously, just because we take an endorsement deal from a brand that we really believe in does not mean we sold out. In fact, it's the total opposite. We're getting paid and we're getting recognized by a brand that we love ourselves and we want to promote. I do understand that if someone else were to take an offer or a sponsorship from a brand that doesn't really correspond with them, yeah, I can see how that's selling out. However, most YouTubers and most people, they're not trying to sell out, guys. They're just trying to put food on the table. Sure, you can say, well, this person has so much money or too much money. It's easy to say that, but we don't know that they might have families who depend on them too. Every other famous person, I don't really know what they're spending their money on. A lot of the times it's not selling out. Sometimes you'd be shocked. Oftentimes the celebrity feels like they're pressured to do an endorsement deal because of an agency or a manager or another third party that is bringing deals to these talents. And so it's a different story for everyone. Okay, so this is from a user on Instagram. It's a Simin Yon. Are you different in real life and online? How so? I wouldn't say exactly I'm different online than I am offline. If you were to come up to me to talk to me, I would talk to you just like this. I'm actually shooting this video by myself. There's no one behind the camera. It's just you and me. So I do feel like I am being myself and I'm not different. I'm a very awkward person when you meet me. I'm very shy. I'm an introvert. Whether you believe it or not, that's what I know I am. Do I feel like I'm different online and offline? Not really. There's definitely more to me offline than what you see online, because what I show online is what I want to show to my followers, but my global followers. Again, if I showed everything I did offline, it might not align with some of my other followers around the world. I'm not saying what I do offline is bad, it's just what I do offline is personal, and I want to keep it that way. A lot of you guys who are watching this video, and you might be teenagers, you're going to be sharing a lot. There is a change that happens throughout your life. I tell a lot of people who tend to overshare a lot when they're younger, just be careful with what you do share. That might come back to you in the future. If you're trying to get a job, or let's say you are your own boss and someone leaks out those photos, you might not care, but your mom might care, your dad might care, your future kids might care. And, just put that mental disclaimer up in your head before you press send, because you never know who might see it. Hey, it's Rachel. She asked, what do you do if your crush likes you but ignores you? Well, if your crush likes you, why is he or she ignoring you? Everyone's going to have a different reaction when it comes to explaining and also expressing their love or their interest in someone else. If they are ignoring you, what you can do as a last thing is just send them a playlist. Send them a playlist of all your favorite songs and just share it to them. It doesn't even have to be romantic songs, just your favorite song, just to see if there's that interest again, if you can, bring out that spark. And if you don't, just move on. There's 7 billion people in this world, and you have the internet. You can meet someone amazing. Dom is from Switzerland, and he speaks French. There's gonna be someone out there that loves you for you, without makeup, with just sweats and a t-shirt. And a top knot. DJans888. Hey Mish. Hi. Did YouTube change you throughout the years? And how do you handle the stress and expectations of being someone online? Love you. First off, love you too. YouTube really inspired me, and it gave me an outlet to create. So I guess it did change me, but it changed me for the better. I'm much more inspired. I look forward every day looking at all your comments and reading them. But most importantly, I have a place where I can spread my message and my vision, and if one person is watching or listening, that's all that matters. XX_Christina_Phan_XX. What would you name your first child and why? Ooh. Okay, I will share one, just because you were so sweet and you asked. I've always loved the name Apollo, just the name itself. There's something about the name that's really beautiful. I think it has something to do with the A, the O, and the 2 L's, because my name has 2 L's in there too. 11 to me is a very sacred number, 11. And I see 1111 a lot everywhere in my life. In the clocks, in the time, whenever I look at my phone, I see 1111. When I'm going to an address and I'm trying to find a location, I see 1111. And so 11 is a very, very sacred and meaningful number to me. And it's such a beautiful celestial name, Apollo. It sounds so majestic. Feel free to take it. She is made Disu. On Instagram, she asked, I was told when people become famous, they give away lots of energy to others and can become weak or lose themselves. Have you ever felt that way? How do you deal with it? Greetings from Spain. Ah, thank you. I live in LA, and Hollywood is like a few blocks down. You do see a lot of famous people, and you do see that their energy is drained. It's true. And a lot of it is because they're giving. They give so that they can take. Does that make sense? They give their talents and giftings, but they also need to absorb, the feedback, the energy from other people. That's how they're able to perform. However, oftentimes you'll see a lot of these celebrities, they give a little too much and they don't give back to themselves. They're filling in the empty void with material objects, and also validation, seeking validation from other people, because this is how they feel like they are full. Fame is like a forest. It's a forest where you're not given a compass, and you can easily get lost in there. And this is why it's important to have the right people around you, keeping you grounded and making sure you are walking down the right path. By the way, I'm sorry guys if my energy seems really low. I am extremely jet lagged. I'm so jet lagged. I flew 13 times in the past 30 days, which means I flew like once every 4 or 5 days. So my mind is kind of like, ugh. C_Hazel26 on Instagram, she asked, does it scare you that you're a role model for so many people and that everyone who looks up to you and watches your every move, even when you make mistakes? How do you deal with that feeling? You know, when I first started online, this was when I was 16, 17 years old. I was on this blog site called Xanga. I only wanted to portray the best version of me. I always made sure that my pictures were photoshopped a little. You know, I erased under eye circles. I wanted, you know, sometimes I even made myself skinnier. I can't believe I did that. It's ridiculous. Looking back, it's like, oh gosh. And as I grew older, I realized, you know what, this is not the best way to build confidence. You can't build confidence by constantly seeking attention and validation from other people. Self-love is important. If you want to build self-confidence, it really comes from inside. It's like planting a seed. You have to plant a seed, you have to water it, you have to nurture it, you have to put sun in it, and you have to love it, and it grows. It was tough at first when I did make mistakes and people really highlighted my mistakes. They would take screen caps and use it against me, and sometimes even what hurts me the most are some of the screen caps you see of comments where I'm bullying people. It's not even me. It doesn't even sound like me. I would never write that to someone. And it hurts me that people go out of their way to do that. I was really made fun of a lot of, you know, screen caps where I'm doing my makeup and I'm, you know, like when you're making a face, when you're doing makeup and your eyes are rolled back, it's totally normal, but they would take that screen cap and make fun of me for it. I was really hurt. I mean, I was going through a lot of dark moments when all that was happening. But that's why I have great friends and family around me. You know, they supported me and they kept my spirit positive. They made sure that I was always looking towards the light and not looking at the negativity. I don't really feel scared to make any mistakes because I know if I make a mistake, you guys can learn from my mistakes and I can learn from it too. And thus, it makes the world a better place. Charmaine Love 2001. What do you do if there's people who talk bad about you and they hate you and are jealous about you? Well, just don't do anything. Don't give them any attention. Don't give them any ammunition to use against you. Just ignore them and focus on the positive. Focus on your friends. Don't even gossip about them. That was a simple answer, right? Shania_B 2004. Who inspired you to start YouTube and why did you want to do it? By the way, I think your channel is awesome and I love you so much. 2 hearts. I love you too. 3 hearts. When I had my blog on Xanga, I had a few of my readers that were asking and requesting a beauty tutorial. Originally on my blog, I wasn't really doing beauty tutorials. I was showcasing my art, I was blogging my life as a college student, and also before that as a high school student. Different girls were asking me, Michelle, how do you do your everyday makeup? I didn't think my makeup was really that special. I really shot that video because I wanted to share how I did my makeup, and I love makeup too. And this is why I want to share with you guys, you know, don't ever feel afraid to share something that you love because you never know where it might take you, or you never know who it might bring you to. Juliana Chow. I believe that positivity is the way to success, law of attraction. But I have a hard time figuring out how you become the always positive and happy person when you have negative people surrounding you at school or at home affecting your mood. Any tips? It's not like you can change schools or change jobs, but you can change the way you look at things and see things, because the things that you look at will change. People who are negative around you, be positive. Bring in like some cupcakes to work or to school one day. Like doing positive things will have a positive reaction on others. I know this, I've seen it work. Those who are negative, who only want to stay negative and they don't want to bring any positive elements into your life, you have to cut that out. Life is way too short to deal with negative people. Anyways, that is it with Pillow Talk. My voice is dying. I'm super jet lagged. I have to shoot another video for Mother's Day. But you know what? I freaking love my job. I don't even feel like it's a job. It's a crazy adventure, and I'm honored to share this adventure with you. So thank you so much for just supporting me, for always being there for me, and for inspiring me with all these comments. I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for you. So really, truly, thank you so much for that. I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. If you like Pillow Talk, if you're digging Pillow Talk, thumbs up or thumbs down. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, what other topics you would like for me to touch base on. Other than that, I might be doing pillow giveaways for each Pillow Talk. So let me know if that's something that you would like, because I found some really cool pillows I would love to give away. I also have a giveaway coming out soon. I found this super kawaii Fujifilm Intex Mini Hello Kitty camera. Thumbs up if you want me to give it away. Thumbs down if you're not digging it. You better thumbs it up because it is super cute. It's a great gift. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you in my next video. I love you and see you next time. Good luck. Bye.